Hello, and thank you for tuning in. You are tuned into Esoteric Guidance, Extraterrestrial Earth Angel, and my name is Nehru. We are going to be getting into the next couple of chapters of the Book of Jubilees. Thank you so much for all of you who have listened to the most recent reading of chapters 35 and 34 and 35. But before we get into that canonical text, I want to acknowledge the day and the energy of it. Today is 9/27, and 27 is 999, and we are tying up the 9th month. And so let's take a look at the angel number 9999 for synchronicity for today before we get into the ancient book of Jubilees. The angel number 999, or 9999, excuse me, is a powerful spiritual message that signifies the end of a major life cycle or phase and an ushering in of new beginnings and spiritual growth. It carries amplified energies of the number 9, representing completion, humanitarianism, inner wisdom, and a spiritual awakening. Seeing 9999 is a divine sign to let go of the past, embrace change, and trust your spiritual journey. Okay. So I am definitely feeling renewed. I don't think I got 4 hours of sleep, but I am feeling renewed, and there's no doubt that much of that has to do with the cord cutting done yesterday. I did share part of that, and then after the video, I continued to do the cord cutting and removing of energies that no longer serve my good, and that does include the replacement of the fallen, divine masculine in my case. And again, for those of you who do not understand that, all beings birthed into this physical place are birthed with both masculine and feminine energy, because Most High, Divine Source, God, Yahweh, Erevat, they are both masculine and feminine. This is how they can produce and create a male and female gender of every species. Okay? There is a male and female energy. We call those in the sky. We call those a sun and a moon. One is a feminine energy, one is a masculine energy. Okay, you see it in animals. Okay, as you are a type of. Okay, and we return to sender, all monitoring spirits. So yeah, enjoy the power of 9999 today. And celebration and the end of the cycle. So we are going to pick up at the end of the 26th chapter, or excuse me, I said 26th. End of the 36th chapter, we pick up where Jacob is mourning the death of Leah. Okay, so Rachel has passed, who was his wife as well. Rachel and Leah are sisters. And Rachel passed first. And this is after Rebecca, Jacob's mother, has passed. This is after his father has passed. Isaac, this is after Sarah, who is, and so on and so forth. So he is mourning the death of Leah, and This was a death, I think, that or a passing that he mourned perhaps more than any other wife, because she was always good, as he says. She was always no unclean thing, no shameful thing, harsh words or any ever came out of her mouth, as we see in the 24th verse. Okay. And so we will go ahead and pick up in the 37th chapter. And again, thank you so much for making this this canonical text the most viewed series on the channel thus far. And it is a playlist. And so if you have not heard the earlier chapters, you might want to go back and listen to those at some point. Okay. And on the day that Isaac, the father of Jacob, and Esau died, the sons of Esau heard that Isaac had given the portion of the elder to his younger son Jacob, and they were very angry. Okay, so these are the sons of Esau. So Esau apparently did not share with his sons the oath that he promised Rebekah and Isaac, that he would not bring harm to Jacob, and that he would only have good intentions, and they would work together, and they would carry on the family's bloodline, the promise of Abraham, and their father's father. And but yeah. And they strove with their father, saying, "Why has thy father given the portion of the elder and passed," given Jacob, I was yawning, "given Jacob the portion of the elder and passed over thee, although thou art the elder and Jacob the younger?" And he said unto them, "Because I sold my birthright to Jacob for a small mess of lentils. And on the day my father sent me to hunt and catch and bring him something that he should eat and bless me, he came with guile and brought my father food and drink." And again, as a reminder, this is because Rebekah sent Esau out, because she knew that Esau was of a deceptive spirit. Okay? And she saw that Jacob's heart, as we are told in the religious book, the Bible, that Jacob had a heart after God. And Jacob was true. Jacob was unconditionally loving. And so she thought it was better that Jacob receive the better portion and not Esau. And my father blessed him and put me under his hand. And now our father has caused us to swear, me and him, so he did tell him, that we shall not mutually devise evil, either against his brother, and that we shall continue in love and in peace, each with his brother, and not make our ways corrupt. And they said unto him, "We shall not hearken unto thee to make peace with him, for our strength is greater than his strength." Okay, so they're younger, they're more spry. Okay, they're thinking, I don't know, we can take him, and we are more powerful than he. We shall go against him and slay him and destroy him and his sons, and if thou wilt not go with us, we shall do hurt to thee also. So they're threatening their father as well. And now hearken unto us. Let us send to Aram and to Philistia and to Moab and to Ammon, and let us choose for ourselves chosen men who are ardent for battle, and let us go against him and do battle with him, and let us exterminate him from the earth before he grows strong. Verse 7. And their father said unto them, do not go and do not make war with him, lest ye fall before him. Okay, so Esau was aware of Jacob's favor in Most High's eyes and how divine had worked miraculously to help him defeat his enemies in the past. Esau was aware of this. And they said unto him, this too is exactly thy mode of action from thy youth until this day, and thou art putting thy neck under his yoke. We shall not hearken to these words. And they sent Aram and to Aram, and they sent to Aram and Aram to the friend of their father, and they hired along with them 1,000 fighting men, chosen men of war. And there came to them from Moab and from the children of Ammon those who were hired, 1,000 chosen men, and from Philistia 1,000 chosen men of war, and from Edom and from Horites 1,000 chosen fighting men, and from the Kittim mighty men of war. And they said unto their father, go forth with them and lead them, else we shall slay thee. And he filled with wrath and indignation on seeing that his sons were forcing him to go before them to lead them against Jacob his brother. But afterward he remembered all the evil which lay hidden in his heart against Jacob his brother. So he was eventually turned. Okay. So he allowed the spirit of deception and the words that his sons spoke to him, he allowed that to take root within his spirit and deceive him. And he remembered not the oath which he had sworn to his father and to his mother, that he would devise no evil all his days against Jacob his brother. And notwithstanding all this, Jacob knew not that they were coming against him to battle, and he was mourning for Leah. Again, so Jacob was still mourning Leah's passing, until they approached very near to the tower with 4,000 warriors and chosen men of war. And the men of Hebron sent to him, saying, behold, thy brother has come against thee to fight thee, and 4,000 girt with the sword, and they carry shields and weapons, for they loved Jacob more than Esau. So they told him, for Jacob was a more liberal and merciful man than Esau, but Jacob would not believe until they came very near to the tower. And he closed the gates of the tower, and he stood on the battlements and spake to his brother Esau and said, noble is the comfort wherewith thou hast come to comfort me for my wife who has died. Okay, so Jacob was under the impression that Esau was coming to comfort him. Is this the oath that thou didst swear to thy father and again to thy mother before they died? Thou hast broken the oath, and on the moment that thou didst swear to thy father wast thou condemned. And then Esau answered and said unto him, neither the children of men nor the beasts of the earth have any oath of righteousness which is swearing they have sworn. An oath, a valid oath, I guess is what that's speaking to. Forever. But every day they devise evil one against another, and how each may slay his adversary and foe. And thou dost hate me and my children forever. And there is no observing the tie of brotherhood with thee. Hear these words which I declare unto thee. If the boar can change its skin and make its bristles as soft as wool. Okay, so I remember when I was in Germany. I was in Germany and we would do field exercises, and be out for weeks and, a month or whatever at a time out in the field. And in Germany, they have wild boar. And in fact, they warn you about the wild boar when you get there, when you're in processing, military personnel, when you're in processing. And yeah, okay. And so rarely would you see them during the daytime, but at night in the fields, the boars would come out and you would hear them and that sort of thing. Rarely did they ever come close to the tent because of the generators and all that sort of thing. But that's what that reminds me of. And they do have very prickly, sharp, their skin, fur is like that. It is like bristles, okay? Or if it can cause horns to sprout forth on its head like the horns of a stag or of a sheep. Then will I observe the tie of brotherhood with thee, and if the breasts separate themselves from their mother, for thou hast not been a brother to me. Okay, so he's saying that we did not even he is saying that we did not even though they did, suck from the same breast of the same mother, which they did because Esau and Jacob are twins. Okay. Verse 21. And if the wolves make peace with the lambs so as not to devour or do them violence, and if their hearts are towards them for good, then there shall be peace in my heart towards thee. Have you ever seen, there are plenty of videos on YouTube and all of that. I don't have TikTok. I don't subscribe to that. But I know on YouTube and Facebook, you see these little shorts about the lion with the sheep, the dog with the deer, and they become best friends, right? You see those things. And so that's what this is reminding me of. So in Esau's eyes, he didn't see it that way, or he'd think that was possible, okay? But it is possible for the lamb to be at peace with the sheep, okay? But he did not see it that way. And if the lion becomes friend of the ox and make peace with him, and if he is bound under one yoke with him and plows with him, then will I make peace with thee. And when the raven becomes white as the raza, and then know that I have loved thee, and shall make peace with thee. Thou shalt be rooted out, and thy sons shall be rooted out, and there shall be no peace with thee. And when Jacob saw that he was so evilly disposed towards him with his heart and with all his soul, as to slay him, and that he had come springing like the wild boar which opens upon the spear that pierces and kills. Again, boars have a long teeth, tusk, okay, that one on each side of their face, their muzzle, okay, and recoils not from it. Then he spake to his own and to his servants, that they should attack him and all his companions. Give me a moment, I'm going to grab my coffee. Again, 3 hours of sleep. And after that, Judah spake to Jacob, his father, and said unto him, Bend thy bow, father, and send forth thy arrows, and cast down the adversary, and slay the enemy. And mayest thou have the power, for we shall not slay thy brother, for he is such as thou, and he is like thee. Let us give him this honor. Then Jacob bent his bow and sent forth the arrow and struck Esau, his brother, on his right breast, okay, on the right side of his chest, and slew him. And again he sent forth an arrow and struck Adoran, the Aramaean, on the left side of his chest, and drove him backward and slew him. And then went forth the sons of Jacob, they and their servants, dividing themselves into companies on the four sides of the tower. And Judah went forth in front. Okay, so Jacob was something of an archer. Okay, and that gives Sagittarian energy. But yeah, that gives he's an archer of sorts, and apparently pretty accurate. And Judah went forth in front, and Naphtali and Gad with him, and 50 servants with him on the south side of the tower. And they slew all they found before them, and not one individual of them escaped. And Levi and Dan and Asher went forth on the east side of the tower, and 50 men with them, and they slew the fighting men of Moab and Ammon. And Reuben and Issachar and Zebulun went forth on the north side of the tower, and 50 men with them, and they slew the fighting men of the Philistines. And Simeon and Benjamin and Enoch, Reuben's son, went forth on the west side of the tower, and 50 men with them, and they slew Edom and the Horites, 400 men, stout warriors, and 600 fled. And 4 of the sons of Esau fled with them, and left their father lying slain, as he had fallen on the hill which is in Adoram. And the sons of Jacob pursued after them to the mountains of Seir. Pursued him, mountains of Seir, okay. Verse 9. And Jacob buried his brother on the hill which is in Adam, and he returned to his house. And the sons of Jacob pressed hard upon the sons of Esau in the mountains of Seir, and bowed their necks, so that they became servants of the sons of Jacob. So now Esau's sons are now servants of Jacob. Okay, again, divine, showing us that through obedience he delivers the enemy into the hands of the righteous. And that's still happening today. Again, tactics change, manipulation doesn't. Technology advances, but the enemy is still the same today. And they sent to their father to inquire whether they should make peace with them or slay them. And Jacob sent word to his sons that they should make peace. And they made peace with them, and placed the yoke of servitude upon them, so that they paid tribute to Jacob and to his sons always. And they continued to pay tribute to Jacob until the day that he went down into Egypt. And the sons of Edom have not got quit of the yoke of servitude which the 12 sons of Jacob had imposed on them until this day. I wonder what that looks like today, spiritually. I wonder has all that been healed? I wonder. Again, for their bloodlines, which their bloodlines are still living and being birthed on this earth today. Again, Abraham, the promise was that your seed will be more than the numbers of the sands on the seashore. Okay. And today there are more than 8 billion people on earth. Of course, and that's currently. Okay, so between now and then, how many beings have been birthed into this earth, right? And these are the kings that reigned in Edom before they reigned any king over the children of Israel until this day in the land of Edom. And Balak, the son of Beor, reigned in Edom, and the name of his city was Danaba. And Balak died, and Joab, the son of Zerah, Bozer, resigned in his stead, and Jobab died, and Assam of the land of Teman reigned in his stead. And Assam died, and Adath, the son of Berab, who slew Midian in the field of Moab, reigned in his stead, and the name of this city was Avith. And Adath died, and Salman from the Amaseka reigned in his stead, and Salman died, and Saul of Rehoboth by the river reigned in his stead, and Saul died, and Baal-Hanan, the son of Achbor, reigned in his stead, and Baal-Hanan, the son of Achbor, died, and Adath reigned in his stead. And the name of his wife was Metabith, the daughter of Madarat, the daughter of Metabeth Zeab. These are the kings who reigned in the land of Edom. Okay? And so we can see here, again, as I stated a moment ago, how divine rewards, admonishes, and honors the one who goes about things in a peaceful way. Again, Jacob wasn't a lay down. He didn't say, okay, well, my brother's coming, I might as well give up. No, he didn't say that. And that's the misconception about the meek inheriting the earth and humility and being humble. And that's the falseness of those lies that the religious organizations tell us, okay? We talk about the Beatitudes, as they are known as, okay? It is believed in the religious organization that violence is not the answer, when in truth, destroying your enemy is always the answer, however that comes, physically or spiritually. Destroying the enemy is the answer. Okay? And just because you are a spiritual Muhammad Ali, that doesn't make you unrighteous. Okay? In fact, it makes you more so, because you are not willing to lay down and just allow the darkness to overtake you. your family, your bloodline. But you stand up and you defend your territory, you defend your family, you defend your lineage, you defend your bloodline, you defend your oath, you defend your promise. Right? So thank you so much again for tuning in. We have just gone through chapters 37 and 38 of the ancient book of Jubilees. Thank you so much again for all of you who listen in, and once again for making this series the most viewed series thus far on the channel. As always, be encouraged. My name is Nehru. This is Esoteric Guidance, and I am an extraterrestrial earth angel, light worker, Gaia beacon, born on the 333rd day of the year, Master Builder 33, and I carry the light of a descendant of Yeshua. Thank you so much as always, and be encouraged.